Hey, here we are outside of Rocketown. We're going to give you guys a quick walkthrough. I think it's going to be really great. So if you want to, just follow me. Here we are outside of 6th Avenue Skate Park here inside of Rocketown. So if you want to follow me, we're going to take a look inside the park and check it out. Here we are inside of Rocketown. This is the venue, this is where it's all happening, this is where the objective will take place. Now, I know it looks pretty empty right now, but I just want you to imagine it with twice as many people. Boom! Now imagine it twice as awesome. Whoa! Now imagine it with 3 times as many people. And then multiply that by other numbers and other numbers until this place is full. Imagine you being here. Now imagine you being here having fun. Guess what? You're not imagining enough fun like that. Only awesomer. The objective. Full of awesome.
We out here live in Nashville, Tennessee for the objective, for the extreme tour, man. And I just got to say that the whole experience has been eye-opening for me. It's just getting me back to that mindset of the basics, really focusing in and zooming on the call. It's not about being a big superstar. It's not about me headlining or anything like that.
The objective.
It's a movement.
It's a movement, not an event, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a movement.
Yeah.
It's not about music, it's about hearts, it's about lives.
All right.
Man, life-changing, life-giving stuff, man.
That's real.
Life,
That's real.
I'm Jessa, and I was very fortunate to be able to come to this event. I've learned so much. The main thing is just learning from other artists and meeting some great people and really recognizing that there's one thing that unites us all, and that is Jesus.
This your boy K-Drama from Cincinnati, Ohio. We chilling in Nashville, Tennessee, about to do some outreach for the Lord. Just gonna get down on the mic and just talk to people. And I've been enjoying the Objective Conference. That's what we're all collectively here for.
Instead, making sure that we know the reason that we're playing, rather than the event that we're playing at.
That sounds good. Come on. Come on, ladies. I can't hear you. God bless you all. Thank you for coming. There are 8 million stores in Naked City. One more time for Curtis Brown. That's what I'm talking about.
G'day, I'm Grant Norsworthy. Good to meet you. I'm at The Objective that's being held at Rocketown here in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm so pleased to be at The Objective because, you know, the people who put this event on, they asked me to be here, and they've got a passion for young, especially independent artists, people who are passionate about making music, especially being creative, and also combining their creativity with their love and their passion for God, for Jesus as the Christ. And you know, those people are wonderful to corral and to not to like stomp them down, but to really encourage them to really question their own calling, to empower them, to connect them, to encourage them to really hear from God. There's a lot of practical industry help that can happen here.
Here's the problem: is we give too much away right at the top. How many times have you ever been at a concert where somebody starts something? Now, this is not the case because they're not married to their audience, but where somebody starts something, you think, is that song? But they don't give you the whole thing, and it creates anticipation.
But the emphasis here is at the objective is to help these young musicians, these aspiring artists for the kingdom of God to actually find their calling, no matter what that looks like, and to find their significance in who Jesus is. That's why I'm excited to be here, and that's me.
This is Quiet Storm coming to you live. We downtown Nashville, Tennessee.
Hi, my name's Ted Bruin. In case you don't know it, we are a motley crew of folks, mostly creative types, who realize that our hope, our purpose in life were found nowhere else but in the center of Jesus Christ and His will and plan and purpose for us. And we decided that we wanted to use our gifts, skills, and abilities to seek first His kingdom, to reach the folks that never walk in the doors of a church or come to the kinds of events that Christian bands, Christian artists normally play. We have to go to them and meet them on their turf. We have to find a way to communicate in a language that they understand and will listen to. And to be quite frank, this at times can be difficult, challenging, and often very thankless work. These are warriors. They feel led, they feel called to be a part of this, being sent out from their congregations, their communities. Our prayer is that we would be one body, truly in unity, develop a vision for ministry towards this culture. Truly, this adventure and this calling are not something that we can do on our own. This is the mission we're on. This is our prayer.
Lord, that we would live the rest of our lives informed by what you've done in just these last 4 days. Let it be more than words, Father. We pray in Jesus' name. This time that we've shared, you don't ever have to let go of, regardless of if you go on the tour or not. And I would ask you, did you experience something beyond what you expected, something supernatural, something you know did not come from you, whether you believe or don't believe? Can you take hold of something that you can tell was bigger, divine, supernatural? Yes. What has God said to you? Seal it in your heart. You need to tell somebody. You need to tell somebody what God said to you. You need to tell somebody tonight. You need to tell somebody tomorrow. You need to keep telling someone, because you don't know if somebody else needs to hear what God said to you. But more than that, you need to seal it in your heart. What he just did is exactly what you should do. He's taking hold of this experience. You need to tell somebody. Write it down. Would you please write it down? Look, I don't care if you remember me. Please don't remember me. Don't remember the Extreme Tour. Who cares? You don't need the Extreme Tour. But you do need to take hold of the one who loves you more than words can ever say. And you need to seal that in your heart. Write it down so you remember. So when you're challenged, so when the times get hard again. You know how easy it is for these glorious moments we've spent with the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords to be robbed from our heart and mind and soul because of dreams that have been deferred? The only way for you to not get bitter when your dream gets deferred is put your dream to death. Lay it down, please, and write down what God said to you, so when you're challenged and you forget, and look, I forget. This is a neat moment. We're standing here, I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and I feel like, man, this has been months and months of preparation. There has been almost blood, you know, like, and this is done, except for the after party.
Hey everybody, Michael W. Smith here. I'm coming to you from Rocketown. Just spoke to a bunch of people out there here with the objective, and just believe this is an amazing thing. And may the church rise up. We are in desperate times, and it's time for us to do our job. So it was just great to be here. Just kind of shared my life a little bit, and everybody wants to know how I survived success, and by the grace of God, a good wife, a great team of friends that love me well, and a great Pastor Don Finto who's walked with me all these years, and here I am 30 years later. So I'm a grateful man, and I just bless you, even for those watching. I just bless you with all the promises of God, and may the Lord give you wisdom and insight, and may you hit in your sweet spot, all for the kingdom of God. God bless.
I heard there were less than a dozen sword swallowers left in the entire world in 1997. So right here in Nashville, I was working in the music business at the time. I decided I was going to learn sword swallowing. By that time, I'd already learned the fire eating and glass eating and a bunch of other things. And so I started sword swallowing. I worked on it 4 years, 10 to 12 times a day, every day for 4 years. A total of about 13,000 unsuccessful attempts before I got my first sword down on February 12th of 2001. The next 2 years were touch and go, and it took another 5 years after that to master it. So that's a little bit about sword swallowing. Today there are less than a few dozen sword swallowers left in the entire world. Out of a world population of 6.8 billion people, that makes me rather unique at being one out of every 250 million people or so. So enough talking, you heard the words part, let's see some swords, shall we? This is extremely dangerous. We know of 29 people who have died over the past 100 years doing this. Do not try this at home. All right. Garden variety hedge clipper. This is a giant straight razor from the 1800s. But you didn't come here to see razor blade or hedge clipper swallowing, did you? Let's try some swords here. What I've got is a nice little 18-inch long blade. This is solid steel. I'm going to attempt to swallow this one just to prove that there's no trickery involved. I'm going to attempt to swallow this one no hands. I'm going to need your help with this one. Now I want you to take a look at this blade, make sure this is a real blade. Is that a pretty heavy sword? This is a 23.5-inch long blade. This blade will go right down here about to my belt buckle here in my stomach. What I'm going to do in medical terms, in order to swallow the sword, I have to repress the gag reflex in the back of my throat, slide it to the back of my throat, find the proper alignment into the epiglottis, open the epiglottis up, flip open the epiglottis so the blade doesn't go into my lungs, slide it down my epiglottis, repress the peristalsis reflex, slide the blade behind my pharynx, my voice box, my prominential laryngeum, my Adam's apple here. When I get it down the esophagus, I slide it between my lungs, gets to the high concentration of blood vessels known as the cardiac muscle of the heart. Now the esophagus curls around the heart, so in order to get it around the heart, I actually have to nudge my heart to the left. So if you watch very carefully in the front row, you can see my blade meet with my heart like this, because it'll be leaning on the heart, separated by about 1/8 of an inch of esophageal tissue. When I get it past the heart, I have to slide it past the sternum, the breastbone, through the diaphragm, relax the lower esophageal sphincter, that tight rubber band that closes off your stomach, slide the blade past my liver and kidneys, down into the stomach, repress the retroreflex in the stomach. If I go further than that, all the way down, there it goes. This is 3 times more dangerous than regular sword swallowing.
Hello, my name's Josh Bailey. Jeremy Yoder. Chad Johnson. Hi, I'm Bruce Carroll.
Hi, I'm Billy Smiley.
I'm Jackie Patillo, the president of the Gospel Music Association.
Michael W. Smith here. Head up A&R for Word Entertainment and Warner Music Group. I spent 10 years professionally on myself. With the Extreme Tour and the Objective Movement since 2005.
I'm a producer here. I was with a group called White Heart.
The Objective's amazing because I don't know of anything personally that takes in developing artists and just helps give them a really well-rounded idea of what to expect from a business perspective, from a spiritual one, just the work that they are doing to bless and benefit artists is amazing.
So I put rap in all these different categories and I was like thinking and analyzing and how could I be great in doing this thing and just express myself.
This has been months and months of preparation.
Brings people together from all over the place to transform musicians and show them really what they're made for. It's been a life-changing thing for me. So grateful for Ted's heart.
I think a time like this is awesome because you can really learn a lot from people that have been there and done that.
If you've never been, you should come. Your life will be better for it, especially if you're an artist, a creative type.
We're not meant to do that.
Musicians, you don't want to miss experiencing this.
It's actually a movement.
A movement.
It's a movement.
A movement.
This time that we've shared, you don't ever have to let go of.
Not an event, a movement.
As my dawn turns to dusk, may you find hope. May you find hope.
So now you know we're 8 days away from the objective. That's 8 days. That's a lot. Okay, here we are. We're 8 days away from the objective. So hopefully by now you have already went onto the website. Hopefully you've already RSVP'd. If not, there's still time. As we get closer, you're going to see how much more exciting it is. Here we are, 8 days from the objective. We are inside of Rocketown. Hopefully you've seen what it is and how it's going to be.
It's going to be awesome.
8 days. That's less than a week.
Way less.
Almost. It's less than 2 weeks, definitely. I don't know what that is.
Hello and welcome to The Nine. I am La Vaca Loco. Today I want to talk to you about something called gentleness. It is one of las frutas of the Spirit. Something you have in your life when you walk with God. Let's say, for example, you are walking down the street and someone is in your way. What do you do? Oh no, that was a good match.
Yeah, dude, I totally like that.
Get out of my way!
We're talking here, huh?
See? That was not very gentle. Let's try it again. The right way, okay?
Hey, man, that match was crazy. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Could you...
You're in the way.
What kind of talking?
Thank you so much. Much better. Now suppose you were in your favorite taco shop and somebody, they give you the wrong order. Hey, wait a minute! This is a half-eaten taco!
No, it's the taco.
Ah, the stupid waitress!
This is crazy.
What's the matter with you? I'm gonna start busting this place up now! Busting the place up? That's not very gentle. Let's look at it again with gentleness. Hey, this is a half-eaten taco!
What's wrong with it? Is half-eaten? Hey, no worries. You get another one, huh?
Okay, we'll ask for another one.
We'll ask for another one. She's nice.
Okay. Now suppose you are playing a game of football, you know, with some little kids, and one of the niños kicks you in the leg.
Oh, I'm so good. Look at your run. I'm going to... Oh, hit.
Oh, stupid little kid. No. This is no good. Let's try it again. With gentleness. Oh, my leg. Hey, little kid. It's okay. I know you didn't mean to do it. Give me a hug. So now you see the difference between gentleness and not so gentleness. See you next time. See you next time on